All seasons have their in-between times, those odd weeks where one season is winding down and the next hasn't started yet. Late April in Minnesota is one of those times. But if you can get over your spring fever and keep the ice rods ready, you can take advantage of some of the best ice fishing of the season. Today, Walleye Dan and his daughter Elizabeth are headed out in the SnoBear for a little late ice panfish action. Location is key on late ice. As open water and the spawn approaches, fish move to transition areas between deep water wintering holes and shallow spawning grounds. Dan uses his Hummingbird and LakeMaster mapping to make locating those spots pretty simple. Then, it's just a matter of breaking out the K-drill and getting to work. Dan and Elizabeth are going to start with small jigs and lively Euro larvae.
Hook through that flat end. Just load up, 3, 4, 5. That way they're still moving down there, so as you have your jig sitting motionless, that's what they're doing. Totally enticing. See that? Boom. Yeah! Elizabeth, this one's got some weight too. And then, it's a lot of times they wrap around the transducer cord, so, you can either pull that out first, which I probably should have done, but there again, just a nice little bluegill. It really doesn't get a lot better than that. It's just, they put up such an awesome fight for for how small they are. That's just an awesome eater too. We're not keeping fish right now, so we'll put that back. But these panfish, especially this time of year, they are so aggressive. It's like when you see one come up, in the water column, that red line on the Vexlar, it's like you're almost guaranteed that at least it's gonna bite you. You might miss them, like I did the first round, but they are so fun. A lot of times, just, obviously they have to be in the mood, but you don't know until you get to the lake what the heck kind of mood they're in. Do they want that aggressive shake? Do they want it sitting still? They might not want anything. I'm gonna drop the underwater camera and just see exactly where we're at, and that's the advantage of a camera, is just, whether you're walleye fishing or even pan fishing here, edges are so key a lot of times. And in this case, we're in this hole, so as soon as you come out of that hole, this way, there's gonna be a wall of weeds, and who knows, maybe the edge is right here. But only one way to find out really is by dropping the camera, so that's what I'm gonna do. Turn that baby on. A lot of times all it takes is just a little tiny move. So we could move the SnoBear. That's part of the reason why SnoBears are so. There's a fish riding high there. See it, Elizabeth? That's a big pike. Look at that. Whoa. Catch him. There was another fish right next to it too. He's probably. Look at that. Oh, how cool is that? So maybe you were wondering why you weren't catching any fish, Elizabeth? Yeah. That could be it. That could be his home. He's just patrolling. Isn't that cool? Get him out of here. I've seen that so many times. I just mentioned it. When you're fishing an area like this, it seems like all kinds of fish are back in here. The panfish are in here. But when there's panfish, the pike need to eat too before spawn. And that's all it takes, is one of those big gators to come roaming through just to scatter everything out. That's why it's so important to hop from spot to spot, hole to hole, because that thing could, just take up residency here for a while, and you know what? You're not gonna catch fish when he's around. That's all there is to it. You know what? The pike is here, and we don't wanna be here with him, so we're gonna just move up the line here just a little bit. So Elizabeth, pack things up. Let's lift this SnoBear and get out of here. What do they even call those? Like warmouths or green sunfish? I don't even know. I'm not Mr. Biologist. I'm just a fish catching machine sometimes. But look at, you know, compared to a bluegill, look at the size of that mouth. Ha ha! Oh, it's fun. Really fun. Even though it's not a whopper, it's still fun. Just catching fish. Look at the deformity here. One of those pike that back in the early years just took a serious dent out of that bugger. Maybe that's why they're called warmouths. It's been in the rod. It's a nice crappie, Elizabeth.
Oh yeah.
Not a girl. It just sucked it in too. Look at that. Nice work.
Thanks.
That's my girl. This is so awesome too because it's like this time of year the fish are biting, and we're out here in the SnoBear. I mean, what a perfect family sport. I just asked Elizabeth today, "Want to go fishing?" It's like, sure. It's like, how can you not love this? No, he doesn't want it quite yet. That is so cool though. I mean, we've seen and caught a lot of different species here. Now we got a largemouth bass that's just kind of moving slowly, staring things down. But like I say, fishing an area like this, we're in a little bit, you know, in a little hole, we'll say. And all these fish are gonna spawn somewhere near here. So it's just like, it's almost like fishing, you know, shooting them out of a barrel or catching them out of the bathtub, whatever. All kinds of species. You're on a roll. A nicer one?
We'll see.
Vexillar out. It's a crappie. You've kind of caught.
It's a crappie.
You're kind of catching the crappies.
Yeah. Look at that.
Whoa! Look at that. Is
There's a
right.
crappie.
Let's see how big it is. Huh? Well, let's see here. It's bigger. So get down there. Hurry up. Whoops. That is crappie candy right there. That's a puddle jumper. So we'll switch it up from live bait to plastics here once and just see if we can get their attention with a little bigger profile bait. It's that time of year where they're looking to eat, so they should eat this. We'll see. See, I flipped out the live bait for the puddle jumper and it whacked it right away. So they do get bigger, but you know what? It's pretty cool. You can see how your line slips a lot. I brought that up and it was like this. So you just grab your jig and then just angle the line back towards the hook a little bit and it's gonna sit a little bit more horizontal, which is a little easier, lined up to the mouth of the fish a little bit better and just looks more enticing. So these Vexillars are kind of the ticket if you didn't already know. I mean, we're using the Fish Scout camera by Vexillar, and I'm using the FLX 28, so is Elizabeth. And we're gonna lose our light here pretty quick, so we won't be able to see the monitor. But you can see here, it's the greatest machine, especially for panfish, because these fish come in suspended at all different depths, and you drop your bait down, and you can see it. The smallest of ice flies you can see on here, and you know, like I say, the panfish come through at 5 feet off the bottom. You can quick reel up, raise above that fish, and it'll come up and suck it in. Try that. Let's see what they do. Get him. Nice job, Elizabeth. Yeah, that's a decent one.
What a beauty.
Good job.
Thanks.
You're good at this.
I am.
You're really good at this. Ooh, look at that one. We're gonna measure this one too. Oh, you better get down there. I'm gonna keep this one. There's another crappie. Good eater.
That one?
I don't know. It's probably a 10-inch or maybe 9, but good eater. We'll keep that. We've got a meal right here. Look at this. All right. Well, that's what we're keeping. We caught a ton of fish today. Elizabeth and I, crappies and bluegills, and we're bringing home 4 for Shelly. For Shelly snack. So we could probably put them back in here. What an awesome day to be able to be out here on the 10th of April in the SnoBear with my favorite middle daughter, Elizabeth,
Favorite daughter.
catching a lot of fish. So awesome day. Thanks.